Hello and welcome to today's math lesson. So first of all guys, can we all turn to wave and say a big hello to our friends on camera. Hello. And we'll begin by doing our meditation sequence. So I will sit down, take 2 fingers, find our heart center, left hand on our laps and close our eyes. And when you're ready, guys, you can open your eyes and come back to the room. And next we'll do our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And we can begin by stretching up high to the sky. High as we can. And then let's go down and touch our toes. Back up high one more time. And this time, can we go tippy toe high? And while we're there, have a wave side to side. Back down to touch your toes once more. Excellent, guys. Now let's have a shake. Arms and legs, shake it out. Shake it out. And then hands on hips. And let's have a wiggle side to side. Wiggle side to side. Stop. Another wiggle side to side. Wiggle side to side. Stop. Forwards. Forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, and stop. Next, we can go round and round. Round and round. Round and round. And stop. And now we can go back the other way. Give our spines a nice stretch the other way. And stop. And to finish, guys, we will do 5 claps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Have a seat. So welcome to today's math lesson, where we're going to continue our work with angles. But can anybody remember the previous math lesson? What did we learn how to do with angles? Ordering. Excellent, guys. Very well remembered. We learned how to put angles into order. Either smallest to biggest, which is ascending order, or biggest to smallest, which is descending order. So let's write that phrase on the board first. Ordering, O, R, D, E, A-N-G. Ordering. And angles is spelled A-N-G-L-E-S. So all together, guys, ordering angles. And who can remember what is the name of the tool we use? Very well done. When we want to measure or put angles into order, we need to use a protractor. And as we know by now, a protractor looks something like this. A protractor will begin on 0 degrees. And then, when we reach the right angle in the middle, how many degrees for the right angle? 90 degrees. Well done, guys. Well remembered. And then it will go along to the straight angle, which is 180 degrees. So when we're looking to measure and put angles into order, we can use the protractor to see the size. And as we know, they go up in stages of 10 degrees. And then from 90 all the way round to 180. So what we're going to do now as a recap exercise of the previous math lesson is I'm going to write the sizes of some angles on the board. Then I want students to come forward, measure and draw the angles in the correct order. And we're going to be practicing smallest angles to biggest angles, guys. So let's see, thinking about acute angles. So acute angles are from 0 to 90. Who can give me some acute angle sizes? 70. Good start from Latgow. Okay, so we've got 70 degrees. Any more? 20 degrees, okay. And finally, we will have 80 degrees. Okay, so we've got 3 acute angles, 70 degrees, 20 degrees, and 80 degrees. So what I'm going to do now is ask one of my students to come forward and put these angles by drawing them from smallest to biggest. And let's see who can do this for us first. Who will go first today? I know. Preo, come and join me at the front of class, please. So what we're asking Preo to do now is to use the protractor on the board to measure and then draw our angles in ascending order. So which is our smallest acute angle, guys? 20 degrees. And what Preo has expertly done there is she has used the protractor to measure where 20 degrees will come and then to draw the vertex. So that's 20 degrees done. What's our next smallest angle? After 20, we will have 70 degrees. And we can see 70 degrees comes here. $70 degrees, excellent. So you can see we've gone from the smallest, 20 degrees, the next smallest, 70 degrees. Which angle is biggest? 80 degrees. So next, Preo will have to go 10 degrees larger to do from 70 to 80 degrees. Perfect. So you can see here that Preo has correctly demonstrated how to measure, draw, and order the angles into ascending order. 20 degrees, 70 degrees, and 80 degrees. Preo, that was excellent. High five and a big round of applause for Preo, please, guys. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to look at some larger angles. Let's look at obtuse, and this time we'll be putting obtuse angles into the correct order. So now, guys, thinking about obtuse angles, which are larger than 90 degrees, but less than 180 degrees. Who can give me some angle sizes? Obtuse angles. 100, okay, that's a good start, 100 degrees. 130 degrees, okay? And then, to finish, 170 degrees. How about one in the middle? Oh, no, I know. Let's try 95 degrees. So what we've got now are 3 obtuse angles, and I'm going to ask Pak Bung to come forward and place these obtuse angles into the correct order, starting with the smallest and then going on to the biggest. So Pak Bung, come and join me at the front, please. Okay, so looking at our obtuse angles, guys, which one is the smallest? 95 degrees. So Pak Bung will now need to draw an angle from 0 to 95 degrees, which is slightly larger than a right angle. Excellent, Pak Bung. And now you can draw your vertex and the angle size. Brilliant. Okay, now after 95 degrees, what is our next smallest? 100 degrees. So we've only got to go 5 degrees more. Can you show how to do 100 degrees? A little bit bigger than 95 degrees. Excellent. So the vertex and 100 degrees. And finally, we're left with our biggest angle, which is 130 degrees. 100, 110, 20, 30. So this obtuse angle will be bigger. Looking good to me. Okay, so we can see there Pak Bung has correctly demonstrated how to measure, draw and order the obtuse angles into ascending order, smallest to biggest. 95 degrees, 100 degrees and 130 degrees. Pak Bung, that was brilliant. High five and a big round of applause for Pak Bung, please, guys. So that was a recap of the previous lesson when we were ordering numbers. But what we're going to do in today's lesson is we're going to use the knowledge that we've learned already, because we're going to delete our protractor from the lesson, and today our students have to practice estimating angles. So what we'll need to do is use the protractor we have in our minds, and when you're given an angle size, try to draw it correctly. So what we've got now is a PowerPoint exercise for our students to observe, listen to, and also practice speaking of the different ways of estimating angles. So let's all turn to look at the TV screen, please, guys. So let's take a look at our PowerPoint presentation today, estimating angles. Yes. Now, estimating is another word we use for guessing. When we don't know the true answer, we have to use the knowledge that we've learned already to make an educated guess. So if you hear the word estimate, it means to guess. Okay, guys? So today we're guessing angles, estimating. A protractor is the tool we use for measuring angles correctly. Yes, this is the tool we've learned about. If we want to measure angles and draw them correctly, we need to use a protractor. We can estimate the size of angles by comparing them to a protractor. Yes, we can use the protractor to estimate the size of different angles. Now, can you estimate the size of this acute angle? So what do we think, guys? Have a look. Have a guess. Don't be scared to guess. How many angles do we think this acute angle is? So we say 40, 45, 30, 35. Let's find out. 45 degrees. So, Prau, you guessed correctly, or you estimated correctly. The size of this acute angle is 45 degrees. So see what it means to estimate? We build on the knowledge we've got to guess the size. And Prau guessed or estimated correctly. Can you estimate the size of this right angle? So what do we think? 90 degrees. Yes. Why do you say 90 degrees? Yes, a right angle can only ever be 90 degrees. So if you see a right angle, we don't really need to estimate because we know already a right angle is 90 degrees. The size of this right angle is 90 degrees. Yes, always 90 degrees. But now we're looking at larger angles. Can you estimate the size of this obtuse angle? So remember, obtuse is more than 90 degrees, but less than 180 degrees. 140. So Prau's saying 140. 150. 155. 140. Let's see. Okay, so we've got a few estimations now. 135 degrees. Who said 135? Anyone? Who was close? I heard 140. Yes, so you were only 5 degrees out. The size of this obtuse angle is 135 degrees. Yes. Can you estimate the size of this straight angle? So, okay, think carefully. Straight angle. 180 degrees. Always, yes. Can't be any more, can't be any less. The size of this straight angle is 180 degrees. Always. Just like the right angle is always 90 degrees, the straight angle must be 180 degrees. Can you estimate the size of this reflex angle? Okay, so we know reflex angles are more than 180 degrees, but less than 360. So we've got 200 degrees. Have a look here. Here we know is 180 degrees, so we have to go larger. 230, 210, 250. Let's see. 210 degrees. Who said 210 degrees? Pak Bung, Lakau, you estimated correctly. The size of this reflex angle is 210 degrees. Now finally, can you estimate the size of this full rotation angle? 360. Why do you say 360? Can it ever be more? No. Can it be less? No. Correct. A full rotation angle must always be 360 degrees. The size of this full rotation angle is 360 degrees. A complete circle. Can never be less, can never be more. And this is how we do estimations of angles, guys. Any questions? No. Okay, that was great. Well done. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the PowerPoint presentation where they can begin to understand what it means to be estimating angles. And remember, the word estimate means guess. It means taking an educated guess to use the knowledge we have learned already to guess and estimate the size of different angles, which is something we're going to be doing more of soon. But before then, guys, time for our stretch sequence. So let's stand up and push in our chairs. And for this sequence, we'll begin with some rotations. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Excellent, guys. Now let's do some stretches. Let's do 5 to our right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now let's do 5 stretches to our left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. And what we're going to do now, we'll take our right hands and find our left foot. Left hand, right foot. Right hand, left foot. Left hand, right foot. Right hand, left foot. Left hand, right foot. And to finish, guys, this time we will do 5 star jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent, guys. Have a seat. Okay, so now it comes to the part of the lesson where we're going to do a board exercise for our students to estimate the different sizes of the angles that I will draw. Now, because our students are learning how to estimate, we will leave the protractor on the board to help them. So what you need to do, teachers, is to draw angles of different sizes and have a student come forward each time, look at the protractor, and then estimate the size of the angle based on the different readings. So what we need first is an angle on the board, and then a student to come forward and estimate the size. So let's see, angle number 1. Okay, so now we have an angle on the board, and let's see who can come forward and use the protractor to estimate the size and write the vertex and the symbol on the board. So Bangpon will be first. So here we can see the angle that I have drawn. Is this angle more than 90 degrees or less than 90 degrees? Less than. You can see 90 degrees would be here. So what type of angle is this if it's less than 90 degrees? What type of angle? Obtuse or acute? It's an acute angle. So Bangpon, looking at the protractor here, this is 0 degrees. This would be 90 degrees. How many degrees do you think our angle? Can you estimate? Help Bangpon to estimate.
50, 30.
I think 70 would be good because we go here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. I think this looks like 70 degrees. So you can draw your vertex and then 70 degrees. Okay, excellent bang pon. What do we think, guys? Do we agree? Pak Bung, you said 50. I think 50 is too small. Anybody else? Or does 70 look good? 70? 70 looks good to me. So we can say 70 degrees. Bang pon, that was excellent. High five and a big round of applause for bang pon, please, guys. So teachers, you can see the activity that we're doing in our classroom now. You can pause the video and do the same activity with your own students. And remember to choose a different student each time to come and estimate the size of a different angle. And then what you can do, you can ask the other students if they agree or they think it should be bigger or smaller. It's a good way to get them practicing how to estimate. So what we need now is another angle. We're going to carry on playing here too. So see you again in around 10 to 12 minutes. Acute angle, 70 degrees. Well done, bang pon. Now let's have a look at another angle. So now we've got a larger angle. And I would like to ask Lakgao to come forward and demonstrate how to estimate the size of our angle. Okay, guys, so is this angle more than or less than 90 degrees?
More than.
Yes, this is an obtuse angle. You can see 90 degrees would be here. It's a lot larger. So Lakgao, how many angles or degrees do you think this angle is? Yes, you see, a straight angle would be here. So do we think 170 or I'm hearing 160? Okay, so let's see. Lakgao, what do you think? An estimation doesn't have to be 100% correct. It just has to be close. So Lakgao, what do you think, 160 or 170? What do you think? It's up to you. Okay, so Lakgao is estimating 160 degrees. And don't forget to draw your vertex too, the size of the angle. Perfect. Okay, because we're estimating, it doesn't have to be exactly correct. As long as it's around 160 or 170 degrees, that's close enough. If Lakgao said it was 100 or 110, that would be too small. But this is a good estimation. So one more time, guys. 160 degrees. Lakgao, very good estimation. I agree. Big round of applause for Lakgao, please, guys. Okay, so now for another angle and another student to try. Okay, so now we've got another angle on the board. And now I would like to ask Net to come forward and do an estimation of our angle. So first of all, guys, more than 90 degrees or less than?
Less than.
So what type of angle is less than 90? Acute angle. So Net, here we would have 0. So then it would be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. What do you think? How many degrees is our angle here?
50. 30.
I think 50 is too big. So let's see. We've got 0, 10, 20, 30. Everybody agree? 30 degrees?
Yes.
Okay. So Net, you can write 30 degrees. And then your vertex too. Excellent, guys. You see what we're doing? We're estimating. We don't know 100% correct. It could be 28 degrees. It could be 32 degrees. But as long as it's quite close, that's good enough for an estimation. So Net, can you say 30 degrees? 30 degrees. Excellent. High five and a big round of applause for Annette, please, guys. Let's do a couple more before you have to do yourselves with the worksheet activity. And now, Pat's turn. So Pat, come and have a look at the angle I've drawn on the board here. What do we think of this angle, guys? Is it more than 90 degrees or less than 90 degrees? Or is it the same?
Right angle.
You think it's a right angle. Pat, what do you think? How many degrees? If our right angle goes from 0 to 90 degrees, does this one look the same? Yes, okay. So you can label our angle as another right angle. It's easier to tell with right angles and straight angles because we have the lines to help us. So we can say 90 degrees, right angle. And this is a perfect estimation. So Pat, very well done. High five, big round of applause for Pat, please, guys. We'll do one more before the worksheet activity. So Nadia, come and join me at the front of class, please. Nadia's turn to estimate the size of this angle. So first of all, first thing to ask, is it less than 90 degrees or more than?
More than.
So does that make it acute or obtuse angle? So Nadia, if here would be 90 degrees, 100, 110, 130, 140, 50, 60, 70, 80, what do we think about this angle here? Can you estimate?
30.
130. Do you agree, Nadia? 130, 100, 10, 20, 30. Looks good to me. So Nadia, you can estimate the size of the angle. 130 degrees and the vertex. What do we think, guys? Do we agree? Everybody agree? Estimate is okay? Okay, so we can say together 130 degrees. This is how we can go about estimating angles. Nadia, that was brilliant. High five. Big round of applause for Nadia, please, guys. And now it's time for our worksheet part of the lesson. So teachers, make sure every student in your classroom gets their own worksheet, because what they need to do now is demonstrate their understanding by working alone to measure and estimate the size of the different angles on the worksheet. So remember, students don't need to be 100% correct, only an estimation. As long as it's close enough, that's good enough for a correct answer. And then at the end, there are 3 different angles that we want our students to demonstrate how to draw. But what's the first thing to do, guys?
Write your name on top.
Names on top, and give our students around 15 minutes for this activity and just help them with anything they need. So Net, this one's for you. You're welcome. Pat, here's yours. You're welcome. Nadia, for you. You're welcome. Chu, here's yours. You're welcome. Down for you. You're welcome. Plow for you.
Thank you, Rishoris.
You're welcome. Lakau, here's yours. You're welcome. And Bang.
Thank you,
One. You're welcome. So names on top first, guys. And don't forget, it's only an estimation, so don't worry too much. And you can use the protractor here to help. Or if you want, draw your own protractor on your board, on your worksheet. So the first one is a specific type of angle. It's 90 degrees. You know, you can tell a right angle because it's 2 straight lines. So the first one, we know, 90 degrees. So like out, the first one is a right angle. Remember, right angles can be any way as long as they're two straight lines. And then C is two right angles. What do we call two right angles? 100 degrees is a what type of angle? Straight angle. Looks good to me. So Bang Pon's estimated that B is around 40 degrees. And I think that's a good estimation. Or 40, yeah, 40, 45, close enough. Don't have to be 100% correct, because estimating means guessing. So I think there, 40, like Bang Pon says, or 45, like Prel says, is correct. That's a good estimation. Excellent. And then after we've estimated, guys, you can show your understanding by drawing the 3 angles at the bottom. 3 acute angles to draw. 25 degrees. So 25 degrees is here. 55 degrees. And 75 degrees. Okay, that's excellent too. 90. Don't forget your degree symbol at the end. Looks good. 180, correct. And then that one, yep. D, very small angle. Like Chu says, about 10 degrees. Excellent. Looks good to me, Bang Pon. Bless you. Great to see your work, guys. The estimations are very good. Shows your understanding very well. Welcome back to class. We hope your students enjoyed the worksheet activity where they had to look at the sizes of the angles and make an estimation of each one using a protractor on the board or one that they've drawn by themselves. My students here all did an excellent job, so that was very well done, guys. And that's all we've got time for today, so we hope you've enjoyed the lesson and now understand what the word estimating means and how to do an educated estimation of angles. So we'll see you again soon for the next lesson. Can we turn to wave and say goodbye, guys? Bye-bye. See you again soon.